$6 billion for the television rights. But who gets all of that money? News 10 Now's Kate McVeigh spoke with one SU professor who says the players are the ones who should profit.
Boyce Watkins says he loves college basketball just as much as the next guy. But he does have one complaint. He says it's no longer a game, it's a business.
And what a lot of people see is they see a bunch of kids running up and down the court and having fun, and representing their school. But they don't feel the cha-ching going on in the background.
Watkins points out the NCAA's $6 billion deal for television rights to March Madness. Combine that with corporate sponsors, ticket sales, and team merchandise, and Watkins says universities make millions every season. And he says the only people not getting paid are the ones who matter most.
There's something wrong with, I'm the coach of this team, and I'm showing up to games on a private plane, but my star player's mother is taking a Greyhound bus. That doesn't make any sense because we all know basketball games don't happen without basketball players.
But should college athletes get paid? Many of them already get a free ride to school. But Watkins argues that's not enough. He says players should get at least a yearly stipend for their work.
Do you know that the university probably makes more money in one nationally televised basketball game than it costs them to pay an entire year's tuition for every single member of that team?
The debate could go on and on. Student athletes are amateurs, therefore shouldn't get a paycheck. They don't have time to work after classes, so they should be reimbursed. There are two sides to this story, but Dr. Boyce Watkins is sticking to his. In Syracuse, Kate McVeigh, News 10 Now.
Right now, NCAA. Right now, NCAA.
That was Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's an economist, a professor at Syracuse University, author of several books, a facility affiliate with the College Sports Research Institute at UNC Chapel Hill, and owner of World's Shiniest Head. But all joking aside, Dr. Watkins is very distinguished when it comes to advocating rights for college athletes. And I showed you this video because I completely disagree with every point that Dr. Watkins makes. What good would it do to pay college athletes? Would it make the games more exciting? Probably not. Would it give the players more motivation? Probably not. Would it cause greed, loss of loyalty, and controversy? Most likely. Is anyone here on a full scholarship? Thanks. Good for you. How much easier would your life be if you didn't have to worry about paying for college? That's a lot of money. And many of the athletes that you watch on TV or go see play in an arena full of screaming fans are here on full scholarships. And I say that's enough. When it comes to compensating athletes, there are simply too many issues that arise when trying to figure out a system that would work. Some argue that players make money for their schools, which I will concede in some cases is true. But in other instances, it's entirely false. Some teams make no revenue for their school, and paying those athletes would be a waste of the school's funds. So I'm sure you're asking yourself, why not only pay athletes on teams that generate revenue for their school? And the answer is simple, because it's illegal. The issue falls under Title IV, which states that no person in the United States shall be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. What this means is if you pay Kemba Walker, star UConn basketball standout, you also have to pay Wee Lin. Anybody know who Wee Lin is? Unless you follow UConn's redshirt tennis program, I wouldn't expect you to. I'll leave that up there for you. My point is there's too much complexity that comes with compensating athletes for there ever to be a just and fair way to pay them all. There are so many issues as it pertains to the moral aspects of this debate, but perhaps even greater of a concern are the apprehensions that paying players will alter the dynamic of college sports as fans know. Jeanette Howard, an ESPN contributing columnist, wrote an article that appeared on ESPN's website in 2010. In it, she discussed the payment of college athletes and conducted an interview with Chris Plonsky, who oversees powerhouse women's sports team, University of Texas. When asked about the payment of college players, Plonsky bluntly responded, "Never. Athletes will never ever be treated as employees of the university. I can promise you that." college athletes play for the love of the game, and they're thrilled that someday they will achieve enough to make it to a level where payment does come into play. But while in school, athletes have loyalty to their team and a passion that is still pure and undamaged by the corruptness money can bring. When salaries are not involved, players participate strictly to play a game they are passionate about, and nothing more. Yet another issue that surfaces in this debate is that of professional play versus amateur play. As of right now, the players in their playlist state in college are amateur athletes. That's how it's always been, and that's how it should always remain. One of the great things about college sports is you get to see athletes who will one day be playing professional on fields and courts before they get their big break. Once you begin compensating athletes, they are no longer amateurs, and that sense of athletic innocence and fresh talent disappear. Paying college athletes is all in all a great way to deteriorate the fabric of what college sports truly means. By offering up compensation for play, you take away the point of college sports in itself, which is raw talent, unbiased or wavered by the tribulations of money. This is why college athletes should not get paid.